morning, everybody. After a good long day of taping, sanding, worrying, and priming, this is what we have. It does look pretty good. Let's take a walk around the deck. Looks a lot better than it did. A big fat footprint right there. I'm going to leave that center section right there, the part over the companionway. I'm going to leave that blue just for posterity. Nobody can see it, and I think it's kind of cool to see the original color. I'm weird. I learned this from Andy on Boats today. Gets all the lint off your roller. Good morning. This is the day after painting the first coat of the deck paint. Let's see what we got. That looks pretty nice. You can see the places I haven't painted yet. This cockpit. Yeah, that looks good. That looks really good. Got some places that I had little runs. Not a bad deal. I will sand that stuff down. This looks really good. So smooth. I did a good job right there. For the most part. Look at those little beads of water. Alright, yeah, so I am super happy with this first coat. It's only the first coat. looks really good. They want you to apply 2 or 3 coats, and I think what I'm going to do, because I've got these, the places where the nonstick is supposed to go right here, and places where nonstick is not supposed to go right there. I think what I'm going to do is tape off the smooth parts and paint the nonskid today. I'll come back on Monday, do another coat of it, and then I will pay attention to the smooth parts, which are really where it needs to be nicely detailed. I don't know if you can see this or not. This is a really big smooth part, and it's got runs all the way down it. So I'm gonna sand that down. Just pay attention to the smooth parts. Well, it is, I don't even know what day it is. Today is the 24th of September, 2022, and I am painting this boat in fits and starts. It's been raining, I've been working, and I kind of feel bad because I keep leaving all this tape on it. My first pass with the pure white smooth paint, I guess I didn't let it dry long enough before taping it off to paint the gray part. And when I pulled it off with this blue tape here, I left these huge patches of paint. I pulled all the paint off with it. So that's kind of a bummer. That means I have to go back and repaint all those places. I let the gray dry a little bit longer, and then I put a test strip of this stuff because I have to go tape up the gray now and paint the white. So I'm going to see if this thing takes any paint off with it. So far, so good. Ah, that's great. That's good to know. All right, so now I have to paint all of the white by taping off the gray. So I'm going to pull all this tape off, and then I have to paint this guy and this guy. So today I'm going to sand down the companionway hatch and cover and prime those. And I will also do this propane locker cover. That feels great. Got the hatch and the hatch cover, both of them sanded and ready for priming. Hello everybody. It is, I don't know, October 2nd, 3rd? I don't even know. It's October. And I'm back here at the boat doing a little bit of touch-up painting, and I've painted one round of the companionway hatch and hatch cover, and looks pretty good. You can even see the reflection of the wheel right there. Looks pretty nice. Does it look awful yellow? Painted these guys one more time after filling in the holes, and then I'll give them one more shot of paint, and then I will put on those mushroom ventilators. And I gave the bow another shot of white paint, and also this guy here, which you can see my reflection. Look at me. It's not terrible. Hey everybody, it is, I don't know, October 8th? Once again, I have no idea what day it is. I've been away from the boat for a couple days because it's been raining and cold, but the work that I did the other day looks really good. I'm actually quite impressed with it. Let me flip the camera around and I'll show you. So here is the companionway hatch and it still needs another coat, but man, that looks really good. I like how all the water is beaded up on it. There's a bee on my hand. Hatch cover looks really good as well. Took a walk up to the bow, and this is looking really good too. Also, these vent covers turned out really nicely. Still another coat of paint to go on those. Good afternoon, everybody. How is everything going? Today is Sunday in October. Still have no idea what day it is. Maybe the 9th? It's the 11th. Today is the 11th of October, and I'm back on the boat. I think it's for my last day of painting. I painted all of the white the other day, and now I'm coming back to put another coat on, and I gotta say, it looks really good. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm going to settle for good enough for once in my life. Just kidding, that's pretty much how I live my entire life. Perfectionist who always settles for good enough. So today's the final day of painting. That makes me very happy because I'm tired of this. I'm ready to do something else, like sleep for the entire winter or go to Puerto Rico. Good morning, folks. Well, today is the day. I'm going to remove all of this tape. Hopefully I don't take up much of the gray non-skid. It's not the greatest paint job in the world, but you know, I think it'll work. It's better than it was before, right? It's a little sticky under there, but it's not pulling any paint up with it yet. It's a hopeful sign. Now this might take forever. Hey, look at that. Oh, see, there we go. The first piece of paint. Well, I've already come to grips with the fact that I will have to touch up some of this gray. Well, mixed reviews. Where it sticks, it looks pretty good. There are a lot of places where it just didn't stick. And I had sanded everything, I did everything right as far as I could tell. And I pulled the tape up and large glops of paint came along with it. So now I have to paint this again. This is probably the 5th time I've had to paint. You know, fortunately it's not all over the boat. It's just in the places where the tape was. But it's pretty annoying nonetheless, and I would expect better. So I'm not really sure if I would recommend the TotalBoat paint or possibly the primer. I'm not sure. I mean, the paint should stick to the primer. The primer seemed to stick to the deck. This is all primer underneath there, but the paint didn't stick to the primer, so I don't know what the deal is. But now I've got to paint all this over again with more non-skid. However, I think in the grand scheme of things, the boat looks pretty good. The lines came out nicely, and the white is very white, and the non-skid is pretty easy on the knees. It's very small grain. If you can see it there. Sort of like sand, so you can kneel on it, but it doesn't really tear up your knees too much. It does a little bit. So, meh. It is what it is. But I think I would try a different product. I'm not incredibly happy with the way this came out. And something else that kind of bugs me about boat work is how much waste you generate doing all this stuff. God, that kind of hurts my heart, but what do you do? Over the side it goes. Goodbye. Oh no! Years ago, when I was all alone and looking up. So hey, what's up? I'm back here at the boat. Left it the other day. with putting all the hatches on, taking the tape off of the deck, and looking at all the places where the tape pulled up the paint, which is great. So I'm back here today, and hopefully it's a quick day. They never are. I'm going to try to repaint those places where the tape came up. It's starting to look like a sailboat again. So yeah, today I'm going to try to repaint these places where this tape came up. I'm going to break out that little orbital multi-tool thingy. Yeah, what a bummer. I'm really displeased. Yesterday I reinstalled my hose pipe, reinstalled these hatches, reinstalled my companionway and the cover. I put butyl tape in all of these screws all the way around. Put butyl tape there. Yeah, so it's getting there. I gotta admit that looks pretty nice. All right, let's get to work. This is the first time opening the companionway hatch since everything's been put back together. Oh, that's nice. Ah, that's sweet. So smooth, the rails are fixed. Goodbye again. I noticed when I touched your face. We got all this stuff ground down. Honestly, it still feels really slick. I'm gonna paint it and just see what happens, but I'm not confident at all that this is even gonna last like through a season. Yeah, I'm not happy with this paint. Well, my repainting has gone about as well as I could hope for. I probably should do another coat. It's still a little wet right now, so you can still see it, but you know, looks a hell of a lot better than it did. So yeah, I might do one more coat of the gray, and then I think I will never paint again. Although I need to paint these hatches, and I gotta paint nonskid on top of that companionway cover. Boat life. Yay.